You guys doing? This is Martin. You know me from my series on how to pay off your car loan in 36 months without giving up Starbucks or being cheap. No Starbucks today. Just went to Chevron, got the little hot coffee. The line was too long. It's not worth all that. 6 or 7 cars. The people in those cars should be saving their gas. 13 million people are going to file for unemployment by the end of the week. That's not good. Doesn't count my neighbors who kept me up for about an extra hour last night partying, think they're smoking weed. So, what's going to happen with all these college students with just nothing to do? They're usually in school. Now they're like out roaming. What about the kids the teenagers that are out on the street just roaming with nothing to do? Not only do you have to worry about the unemployment crisis, what program or structure do you have for these kids that they're roaming? They're gonna be like wild animals, especially once the quarantine things in. Was it Tiger King? What's that word about this Tiger Kingdom type stuff? Whatever, feeding tigers or something. Tiger Kingdom. That's what it's gonna be like. These kids have nothing to do. I've already seen signs. I got the two. And then what about the crazy homeless guys who were at the park? Just got out of county with nothing to do. Had this one guy go to the park. He was driving around in an Acura for a while, but he must have had to get rid of an Infinity sports car. He must have had to get rid of it. So he was at the park yesterday drinking with a friend. I don't know where he found his friend at. It's like I look like he's messed up on some meth or something. So what's going to happen when like you have the kids that are out of school who are mostly seniors and juniors with nothing to do, college students who are already, some of them are probably already failing out of school with nothing to do, and even a career that they're studying for is basically obsolete, especially if you want to, I mean, unless you want to drive. Like I was thinking today, like, well, I almost got run over by like a big white, what is it? I call it the child molester van, the big white vans you see. All you people trying to do drop shipping. I call it the molester van because go watch the old Starsky and Hutch or Streets of San Francisco show, and you'll see the criminals always had like a white van where they kidnap people or kill people or keep their weapons with or take the little kids away and kill them. That's why I call it the child molester van. Every time I see a white van, no markings, that's a child molester van. Now you got to deal with the child molester vice truck, the big old box trucks. I think I'll have to call those. Probably call them like, what is that movie? Call it like the Purge. That'd be like the Purge box truck where you go in and pick up the bodies or you tap the ashes of the people. That's what we're going to start calling box trucks. I see all these trucks and stuff. I'm thinking, wow. Back in 2001, I graduated with a master's in an MBA. And I remember thinking, I'm going to be like a tech giant, man. I'm going to be like the biggest tech mogul in the world. Now, circle around 20 years later, Amazon, people picking. I even had a friend leave Carl's Jr. to go work for Amazon. I'm like, I don't know if it's a good move or a bad move, but considering that Amazon about to divest themselves of a lot of their shipping, watch. Watch in the next couple of months, Amazon's going to say, hey, you know what? You should cash in on the thing of having your own packages. Why, instead of us having a big warehouse handling all this stuff, giving people vests and goggles to walk around and pick up stuff, why don't you do it? And they're going to sell you this whole route for so and so much money, and you got to give us this so much revenue. Perfect business. Like, how many people are going to go for that? Man, you're going to see vans everywhere, the child molester vans everywhere, the purge box trucks everywhere. And unfortunately, if people knew how to sell, they knew how to get clients, I wouldn't have any problem with it. But you know, the first thing they're going to do, some are going to drop their price. Some of them are going to actually hire the child molesters and the crazies to work for them, which is fine. But the problem is they ain't making no money, man. They don't know how to scale their business. That's why I want you to learn sales. People don't know how to scale. They're afraid to talk about money. I know, yeah, you guys hate Grant Cardone. You know, I'll say it, yeah. I know sometimes he can pitch. But you know what? If a person pitches you long enough to pay, you will pay the money. I say that's a great strategy, man. It's like the little kid, like when I was a kid. Mom, I want a dog. I want a dog. I want a dog. I want a dog. Fuck, you ain't get no damn dog. I want a dog. I want a dog. Don't get rid of this dog. Don't get rid of that dog. The next thing you know, we have 5 dogs in the backyard. That's what happened. You got to sell people. How you sell them? Talk over and over because of the internet. kind of like it's an instantaneous world, but it's a simple world. So what's happened now, they're talking about leveling the virus. They need to talk about leveling the courage and the discipline, because only the people with courage and discipline are not going to survive this, man. It's like, I mean, you just got to go to a person. Hey, half your competitors are gone out of business. Let me help you. It's the right product. The price is great, and I know you need to do it. I need you want to do it. Why did you go to school and all this stuff just to quit and do what? Go work as a hygienist or have a small office of one person and you're snapping at everyone? No, that's your fault, Mr. Dentist. You need to expand your business. That's why a lot of you are going to go out of business and be put out of business by the franchise ones like a Hub Dental, but even they could do better if they would just go back and look at their past list and just call people up. Hey, just call them up. Yeah, I know. Is this a free appointment? No, it's a $25 appointment. Come in, it's like a 25 reintroduce ourselves to you. Come into our office. We'll do a checkup, give you some dental supplies. We're just like, you let us know, hey, is there anything your doctor does that you would like done? You can have both of us. You don't have to go to the same dentist for everything. It's not like you're sleeping with someone. And anyway, 50% of women are having affairs and 25% of men are having affairs. So even if people are married, aren't staying with the same person. So why are you staying with the same dentist? You know what I'm saying? So you just got to work on those sales. That's what I'm working on now. And you just follow up. No, I can't give you a cheap price because I like you and I want to grow my business. I want to pay my employees because I know if I offer the cheapest price, they're going to go out of business anyway, especially now. And if you do offer a cheap price, like what kind of person are you bringing into your practice? So think about that. I want you to think about this weekend. What can you do to improve your sales? What can you just do to ask for money? When you go to Amazon, you're going to take the $14 an hour. You're going to say, hey, you can pay me $14 an hour. I can just be a picker and stuff. Or you can pay me $16 an hour. I can help you diversify your business. Let me go out and just start calling people who want to do drop shipping. Hey, I watched Starsky and Hutch and the Streets of San Francisco. What's another one I can think of? I don't know. It'll hit me from the 70s. Oh, Cagney and Lacey. I've seen the child molester vans, and I'm 51. I like to see more child molester vans on the street. I grew up with child molester vans as I watched all those series, or the terrorist vans. It can be either one, terrorist van, if you watch Criminal Minds. So, or people who do crazy stuff. Put the gas and then kidnap the people and put bugs on them, experiment on them, rape and kill them, bury them underground. I know, I watch all those shows, man. That's why I'm so dysfunctional. Sex, money, crazy shows. But what are you going to do, man? 16 million people. And like a lot of them ain't going back. Like I just told you. I believe it was I learned from Grant, 59% of businesses were breaking even or losing money. And I believe it. I just look at all these handymen driving around like, oh my God. Why don't you go out instead of trying to take the money from this one project you get, do good on this project, save some of that money, hire another person, have them start the project, then you go back and take care of that project instead of leaving my house where I got to walk 1.5 miles to cut off the water, make sure the pipe's not leaking, crawl up and down the attic, and still pay you $450 and still help you do the project at the same time. Hey, why don't you learn contractor to do all the damn work instead of leaving, having me do the work? I'd probably call you back to help me. I'm just talking about fire sprinkler guys. So if you're fire sprinkler guys, this is aimed at you. Now you ain't got no housing business, huh? Now you want to come to my house. Hey, Mr. Morris, we'll come over right away. And now, unfortunately, I sold the house. I said, hey, I can't get these guys to come over if they're obsessed with getting money from these apartment places. I can't do that. The child molester van just passed me, man. Handyman off to damage someone's house. That's why now is the time. Work on your sales skill. Work on your training. You got to do what other people aren't willing to do, man. A lot of people are about to go, half of them, probably 10 or 20 may commit suicide. Hey, just don't kill me in the process. If you're going to do yourself, just do yourself. Go peacefully into the night so we can make you a statistic. Don't kill all your coworkers and stuff. Or your family. Just kill yourself. Now we get past the people who are off themselves, because some people are all going off themselves. Some of you are going to break up. I agree. You're going to break up because after this quarantine period, you realize, I've been with this guy. The only reason I hadn't stayed with him this long or her that long because I didn't have to actually be with them half the time. Or I was having an affair and I couldn't get to my partner, my other significant other, and I got stuck with this guy. I realized this got to come to an end. So those will end. It won't even be in a financial base. It'll just be like, hey, you want a security? You know what you got with that security. Better to just go with a psycho guy like me who just wants sex, wants your money, and let you go live your life. And you don't have to worry about being with a partner who's going to be needy and like pretend I love you and chase you around. You women hate that. If your man ain't bringing home the money and he has the nerve to come around, be a nice guy, let me help you with that. You're like, look into my eye, honey, look into my eye. And I don't mean to do it to what that. I mean, just look into my eye. So as I head out, as I conclude this, if you're in government and if you survived not being laid off, I was laid off back in 1995, so I don't feel nothing for you. I remember, Martin, you'll never get laid off from a job. You'll never get laid off from a job. You work for the state. They haven't had layoffs in 20 years. 2 years later, laid off. So this summer, you're looking at about, I know at least 10% pay cut. It could be up to a 20% pay cut, along with layoffs at a lot of state government agencies. I see no way around it. You're not going to have all these layoffs at these private places and not have like the government be impacted. I'm thinking 15%. No raises. Is there anyone who negotiated a raise and you think you're going to get it? You may get that raise, but be rest assured, you're going to lose about 100, whatever. You lose about 30 to 40% of the people. Depends on the size. If you work for a place over 100 and you get a raise, 10 people are out the door. Quick. 10 people are out the door, and there's probably another 5 to follow when they find out what kind of bizarre stuff like this, like me going on YouTube and stuff. And they're not producing. So just realize that if you get a raise at a place and you're one of the person that does not produce, you will be laid off. If not laid off, they'll find a way to get rid of you. I see it now. People driving, just for the private jobs, driving all on the street, zooming in and out of traffic. As soon as you heard on the news, we're hiring for Amazon, we're hiring for CVS, we're hiring for Walgreens. Well, if they're hiring and there's already people there, that means if I'm the guy who does the shitty job, that means I'm in trouble. I'm going to get to work now. I'm ready to do what I'm actually supposed to do. So just be ready. If you're in a government position, if you don't get laid off, you're looking at a 15 to 20% pay cut. I see no way around it. So this is the time to start saving. Work on your sales skills too. Let's hope I can return to the mall in a couple of weeks and generate leads for this bathroom remodeling. I have like 2 interviews. I've done 2 interviews, and my goal is to get 20 interviews by the end of next week. Now that I've set the goals, So make sure you're learning something. If you're in the government, 15 to 20% pay cut, and just work on some skills. Make yourself valuable because things are going to get hot. And just ask yourself, where are all these kids, especially the high school kids, especially the ones that have parents who are like already borderline not taking care of them, kicking them out the house? What's going to happen to them? Are they going to be paying you a visit? Is it time to go get Nina, as Rick Ross says in the video Hustle Hustle with Ace Hood? Let me know. Later.